it's Miss Pride here. I'm trying out a new series. I'm gonna call this series Planning with Miss Pride. Um, I'm a bit nervous because it's something new, but it's something I'm very interested in because I kind of like this kind of content. Um, I enjoy this content, especially if it's from South African create content creators. So yeah, here we go, guy. Before we start, disclaimer: this is only for entertainment purposes. It is not financial advice. It is not real numbers. The numbers are fabricated. Um, it could be that on the budget that I'm going to show you that maybe I use 50% more or I use 50% less or whatever. So this is basically for entertainment purposes. All right, guys. The reason I like this kind of content from South African creators is because at least I can relate and the numbers makes a little bit of sense to me instead of watching something that is probably in dollars or in shillings or whatever currency that is being used in that country. So yeah, I have found a very good creators that I love to watch and who have inspired me to do this session called Planning with Miss Pride. Okay, so let us start, guys. Keep in mind the numbers are not real. This is purely for entertainment purposes, but I also find that even if usually sometimes if the numbers are not real, I find that I learn something from watching that video. Okay, without any further ado, let's start. So what we're going to be doing today is budgeting for the month of November. Should we say November? Okay, let's say budgeting for the month of November. Okay, assuming I get paid on the first of um of every month, so we still kind of on time, so we can still kind of budget for this. Okay, when you do a budget, this is the simplest versions. There are many ways of doing a budget. This is the one that I find simplest, and this is the one that makes sense to me. Yeah. In terms of my income, I'm not gonna reveal how much I'm earning, but I am a working mom and I'm earning something. I'm not gonna reveal. And then side hustle, let's say from side hustles, let's put an imaginary number of 2,000 rands. Okay. And then from other, let's put an imaginary number of, let's say, 5,000 rands. 5,000 rands. I'm not going to reveal where this money is coming from. You can use your own imagination. Granted that I have two kids, you can use your own imagination in terms of where this money is coming from or what it could be. All right. Imagination. So let's go into the budget. Okay, let's say the rent. The rent I'm paying 5.5. Let's say, yeah, imaginary. I'm going to keep repeating that because I don't want people to come and say that is a little bit too much or it's a little bit less. Where are you staying and stuff like that? These are imaginary numbers. I could be paying 50% more of this amount, or I could be paying 50% less. That is, yeah, that is not for the internet. And then in terms of medical, it's 1.5. And then in terms of electricity, ele- mm-mm, electricity, let's say I'm paying five, I'm budgeting 500. And then for food, shout out to Jennifer Ngumado. She is one of my favorite financial planners on the YouTube street. She has introduced me to the concept of breaking down your spendings into weekly spendings. Yeah, maybe one day I'll go into details. So let's say the week one, I would buy groceries for 1.5. Week two, we buying whatever we need for 500 rand. Week three, we buying for 500 rands, and week four, we buying for 500 rands. We all know the cost of living is too high, so you use your own descriptions in terms of are these numbers believable or not. I'm not putting the real numbers out there. I'm gonna keep repeating. School fees. I've got two kids, so let's say I'm paying 4,000. um Wi-Fi. Okay, let's not say Wi-Fi. Let's just group this to entertainment. That would include Wi-Fi, Spotify, things like Netflix or DSTV or whatever. Everything would come from there. So anything that is entertainment related will come from these 1,000 rands. And okay, transport. Transport to take the kids to school because I am a busy mom. I can't take them myself. Let's say it's 1,000 rand. And rates and levies. And levies. Let's say I've negotiated to pay my municipality 500 rands, which we all know that municipality is expensive, but let's say I've negotiated to pay 500 rands. And then let's say for clothes, I'd like to budget some money because I don't like credits. I don't like taking out credit. I would rather lay by clothes for my kids, whether they need, let's say they need shoes or they need techies or whatever. I will only buy the emergency stuff. Let's say we budget 1,000 rands for that. And then let's say savings, which I'm gonna break down into two. I have sinking funds. Sinking funds. One day we'll talk about this if you're interested. If you don't know what sinking fund are, but it's basically the money that you're probably gonna use in the short term. So things like for stationery, for December holidays or stuff like that. So I would budget 500 per month, and then let's say to build up an emergency fund, let's say I would budget 500 rands. And my buffer, I hope I've included everything. My buffer, let's say a buffer is just money that would be sitting there chilling for bank charges, things like bank charges, or money that we could use maybe to do our hair. We're not very expensive people. So yeah, I probably just cut my hair and wear my wig and stuff like that. And my daughter does her hair, and it's very affordable. It's probably 200 or something like that. So anything else would come from this money. So yeah, I am not gonna total this again. If you want, and if you're very inquisitive, you can total it yourself. Anything else, guys, would go into, I don't kind of like using the term black tax. Let's say family, helping out in the family. Let's say past student loans, let's say anything, any other money that is left, student loans will be going toward these other bills that I'm not disclosing at this stage, and other savings, future savings, or savings for things that I've planned for, including my kids' education, future education, kids' future education. Thank you so much, guys, for chilling with me. This was all over the place, but it's my first time, and I'm definitely gonna post this. And I'm probably gonna do a little bit more of these imaginary plans with me. Either it's gonna be planning finances, or just planning our lives, or stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy this, guys. This is by no means to gloat to say I'm earning this much. I could be earning 50% of this, or I could be earning 50% less or more or whatever. Yeah, so okay. And the other thing that I need to say is that I could be spending 50% more in each of these items. So I hope I'm making sense. Thank you guys for chilling with me. See you next time on the next installment of Chilling with Planning with Miss Pride. Bye.